there's still sacrifices that you have to make. I always think of a line that Ben Wagner, who's kind of one of the encoding gurus of the streaming video industry. He worked on the latest Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
And he used to begin all his presentations at our events by saying, streaming is the art of taking amazing video and audio and making it look and sound worse. Right? No matter what you do, there's going to be some sacrifices. And I guess my point or my question is, as you are planning your live streams, and I guess it's horses for courses, as my friends in England like to say, it depends on the audience and it depends on the context. But how do you make the decisions about what sort of sacrifices you're willing to make for a given event or a given stream? You're a musician. Is audio quality always more important than video?
Yes and no. To me, yes. You know what I mean? Like, but no, in the sense that, like, I make music, I guess, with this kind of attitude that, yeah, I really think everyone's sitting barefoot in their living room with the Macintosh amp and the fucking $5,000 DAC, and they've got this like beautiful ATC setup, and they're just zenning out listening to music, and that's the way as it was produced and intended to be heard and stuff like that. Not quite, because I go to a venue and then throw up like this massive K2 array and just blast the shit at 130 dB. It sounds like ass. And that's not because of the sound company. It's not because of the product. It's not because of me. It's just, it's a fucking venue. It's loud. It's shitty. It's whatever. Maybe I had, 6 beers too many and, might have fucked this up or whatever. But that's, you're party facilitating at that point, So do I want to deliver that exact quality out to the world? Not really. You know what I mean? People don't want to hear reverb and people screaming and yelling and, and all that stuff too. So it's like, that's where I would be like, okay, well, audio quality would be important if it was a controlled stream from a controlled studio environment. And I was piping that in directly as, intended to be heard and stuff like that. But at the same time too, it's just like, people consume music on Spotify. That's encoded to fuck.
Right.
So YouTube, even better. You know what I mean? Like, like I found that, my fan base is more likely to YouTube a fucking song than listen to it. And then they, the purists will be like, well, I have it in lossless audio. And it's like, but it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I admire the hell out of Neil Young, but to go to the extreme of saying, I'm going to deny my music to people who don't listen to it in the sound quality that I deem acceptable, that's not really a viable solution either, right?
Not at all. Drunk is drunk, stoned is stoned. Okay. So no, I'm serious, because it's funny, because I had a really funny conversation. Okay. This is kind of off the fucking menu in some states, but I was at a friend's house, and I don't smoke weed at all. I can't, because if I do, I'm out.
Right.
Like, I have to go to the hospital, or, a cop is going to show up, even though it's legal, or my mom's going to walk in dressed as a cop. I don't know. You know what I mean? I cannot handle weed. Right.
Yeah.
So here's this is coming in. I have all these friends that are like, oh, well, you got to try indica. Oh, you have to try sativa. You have to try this. You have to, because you're just smoking this crazy shit, dude. You got to do this different thing. It's like, yo, drunk is drunk. You know what I mean? How many people have went up to you and say, okay, listen, I got super blackout wasted last night. I'm never doing that again. They're like, oh man, you gotta switch from wine to beer.
Right.
No, dude. I'm still gonna get wasted. I'm still gonna get all fucked up, and I might get in a fight. So, like that's that. So I don't think changing the brand of shit is gonna give you this different desired output, really, unless you're a fucking sommelier.
Right.
And in the audio and streaming world, we have sommeliers. You know what I mean? I've got that's 192 fucking kilohertz, fucking 24-bit, and I can hear that, not because I'm fucking Ruben, Rick, but because I've got fucking a pair of $85,000 fucking monitors up there that are transparent enough to deliver that difference. You know what I mean? So there's so many factors that go from, delivery to reception that like make it known that it's like, oh wow, the quality of this is really good.
Right.
And then you go out, and then you've got this fucking kid, jamming out to his favorite song, blasting out of his fucking iPhone speakers, probably
Yep.
having just as much as time in life as fucking Rick Rubin is, fucking zenning out in his
Yeah.
bare feet.